Good day, everyone. My name is Matt Siriani, here once again with the Chief Sales Officer of DAS Technology Consulting, Darren Siriani. Darren, how are you?
Matt, how are you, man? Nice to see you.
I'm doing very good. I hope you're doing good as well. Couldn't be happier to talk about third-party maintenance. My first question to you is, what exactly is TPM?
Well, third-party maintenance is an alternative support model for IT hardware after the manufacturer warranty is over. Instead of renewing expensive OEM maintenance contracts, companies can use a TPM provider to continue supporting servers, storage, and networking gear as at a much lower cost than they could with an OEM.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. But why is it trending so popularly? Why are so many organizations resulting to third-party maintenance?
Well, Matt, a lot of organizations are just under the pressure to reduce costs, and that's a key factor. While still trying to maintain reliable infrastructure, that's really the key. TPM allows companies to extend the life of the hardware they already own, and then avoid unnecessary cycles, which can create significant savings for them.
And in a state like this where the economy is not good, any way you could save is obviously beneficial.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not only about saving money too, it's about saving money and making sure that you're getting good quality support and services that you're supposed to get. Some of the initiatives that these customers are taking on require a high level of service and support, even higher than what they're currently getting from their existing OEM. So TPM provides that alternative to them for those types of services.
How exactly much can you save with TPM?
Well, with TPM, you could save anywhere between 40 to 60% compared to the OEM because it's a hardware support break and fix model, right? We don't do patches of firmware and updates. We do that. The customer does that on their own, but we don't support software. It's a hardware contract, and that's the reason why the cost is so much lower.
Now, I mentioned the quality, quantity aspect of efficiency for these companies that are switching to third-party maintenance. Are you sacrificing quality or support by switching to third-party maintenance?
Oh, not at all. Reputable TPM providers offer experienced engineers, replacement parts, reliable SLAs, and response support. In many cases, customers actually receive more personalized service that they do from the large OEM organizations today. And I think that's really key. Some of these organizations, the OEMs, they're so big that they just can't provide the quality that TPM providers like DAS can.
Now, what types of hardware are commonly supported through third-party maintenance?
Oh, there's a lot of hardware that we support. All the OEM hardware we support primarily. Dell EMC, HP, IBM, Lenovo, Cisco.
Right.
All the major guys, NetApp. I mean, all the guys that are out there, they all have end-of-life hardware. And the older it is, the more that we like to support it.
Now, third-party maintenance, there's a lot of misconceptions or conspiracy theories about third-party maintenance, but what's the biggest misconceptions that people have about TPM?
I think a lot of people just have misconceptions that it's not as quality as say OEM support, but that is not the case at all. As I mentioned a short time ago, TPM providers can provide a high level of support, even better than the OEMs. So there is very low risk in dealing with that at all. Most of the engineers that we utilize come from OEMs. We hire them. They used to work for OEMs. They know the business. We have portals. We have the same types of tools that the OEMs have, but we are more reliable because we get back to our customers a lot quicker than the OEMs do. A lot of the OEMs don't have spare parts availability right away. They don't keep spare parts on site. We keep spare parts on site at the customer's location to avoid any unnecessary costs. So when our engineer gets there, the spare part is there and they're ready to install and get the customer back underway.
So you have a system in place for this whole process.
Well, if we didn't have a system, we wouldn't be in business, surviving, but we are growing in this space. Third-party maintenance is continuing to grow. If you look at cost of servers and memory, what's going on with memory today, you'll see that costs are increasing so much.
Mm-hmm.
Customers are just not going to go out and keep refreshing their equipment and buying more. Typically, if a server costs $30,000 or $35,000 in the past, now it's $50,000, $55,000. So customers are just not going to spend the money. They're going to do with what they can and what they have and extend the life cycle of that gear.
Now, what exactly is the ideal customer for third-party maintenance?
Oh, everybody's an ideal customer. We work with a lot of verticals. And so at the end of the day, healthcare is big, finance, banking is very big, insurance companies, government, every sector. Retail, every sector requires third-party maintenance. And the longer that the equipment's been around, so these customers that have these equipment that they can't get rid of because of compliance, they have to keep that equipment running for certain periods of time. And a lot of the OEMs just don't want to support it anymore. And a TPM provider has to be able to get involved.
So TPM is very versatile with these big major companies. You mentioned government and transportation, logistics, finance. Obviously, the big major companies are going to be benefiting from TPM.
Sure, and one point I want to make is that if you are using TPM, it doesn't mean that you can't use the OEM as well. Okay, it's a blended support model, right? So there's going to be stuff that's going to be on the contract, and there's going to be equipment that's not on the contract. The equipment that is EOL or EOSL, that's the equipment that we'll take under contract for third-party support, and whatever the OEM is currently supporting, they go with the OEM. So you're dealing with two separate companies, but in reality, you're still getting what you need to support your infrastructure.
So how exactly does TPM help with sustainability initiatives?
Well, TPM supports sustainability by extending the useful life of the hardware and reducing electronic waste.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of replacing equipment prematurely, organizations can maximize the lifespan of their existing infrastructure.
What's the biggest takeaway you want organizations to know when it comes to third-party maintenance?
The biggest takeaway is that companies have options and alternatives, and that maybe they don't know that they've had. They don't always need to replace hardware just because the manufacturer said support is ending. TPM gives organizations a practical way to reduce cost, extend infrastructure life, and stay fully supported.
Wow. Thank you, Darren Siriani, the Chief Sales Officer of DAS Technology Consulting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.